It's a beautiful Monday morning at Davis Auto Sales. This video is going to be a little bit different. Stick with us. Trying something different today because we're a little bit short-handed and we got a lot to get done. But I'm going to chop it up. Some of it's going to be me and Christian. Some of it's just me. And, well, I guess part of it's been given away. Spoiler alert. We got a couple square body projects finishing before the man rolls up, which could be any time now. The cool 3+3, extremely rust-free. That rhymed, is leaving. The Experiment 2.0, he's dropping off Experiment 1.0. Not talking about 1.0 and 2.0 lift packages, talking about 1.0 is his single cab and 2.0 is his crew cab. And both of them are kind of his stepping his foot, putting his toe out there just a little bit in the water for seeing what a square body does for him. We've also finally got the plumber making his way back here to work on, yeah, how about that, Christian? You got no place to hide and go to the bathroom. So we can start. That's really been the biggest thing holding things up over there. There's upstairs, two or three upstairs bathrooms, one other downstairs, but we've had the water turned off because the one bathroom is fully disassembled. Hopefully get that done today. Already finished watering the palm trees. Raymond is around here somewhere bringing back a square body that I really want to show you guys some deep, in-depth details. And this square body here arrived. Now, I'm not sure where we're going. This literally has been sitting in the parking lot for 15 minutes. Christian didn't even know it was out here yet. I bought this from a good long-term friend of the family. He actually went to school with my father. He was one grade different than my father. He was one grade ahead of my uncle, one grade behind my father, and was very close friends and dealt with our family shop forever. Lived next door to his brother and his mom, and we passed this truck, all of his trucks, because we pass there every day. We still pass there every day because we still live out that way. But passed this truck every day for almost the last 20 years. He bought it, drove it as a daily, become a weekend rider, then it sat. Then I think he said his son had it for a little bit, then he got it back. But great people. He reached out to Brian. He said, look, oh, there's Raymond there. He said, I want you guys to get this truck. When I go to sell it, I know they're worth a lot of money currently. He said, but it's not in perfect shape. He hit it on the head. It's not in perfect shape. I think we're probably going to leave this truck alone. I don't think we're going to go very crazy. I don't think we're going to go much further. I didn't even look to see what year it was, but it's an 84, 85-ish. The AC works. He just had a flywheel put in it. He just did some other maintenance. It starts, it runs, it drives very well. But its paint is not great. Its interior and door panels are not great. First thing we'll do is peel off all this old tint that you can barely see through. So I think we will clean the truck, run it through the shop, look it over. But mechanically, he said, JW, he said, the clock still works. He said, it's not a lot to look at. He said, but running and driving wise, it does fine. It drips a little bit of oil. It puffs a little smoke when you start it, but it goes down the road with cold AC. He said he charges it once a year, so obviously it's got a small leak somewhere. But he's just one of those very upfront guys. He said, look, just do something cool with it. Or don't. I don't care. I just don't want to deal with Craigslist. I don't want to deal with Facebook. I don't deal with all that. The left tank has a slow leak, so he only used the right oh, that sounded real country there. Right tank. Right tank. He only used the right tank because the left tank had a slow leak. He said the tires, he was getting to the point where he was scared of them. They're getting a little bit of dry rot. They still have tread. So that's where we're at with this truck. In current form, this is a great truck for somebody to use for hunting, fishing, farming, kids' first truck, whatever have you. It's basically a $10,000 truck. If we go further, we have to deal with body and paint. And that's where Christian shakes his head behind the camera because he's been through it on a personal level and he sees us struggle with it every day too. So I don't think we're going there. The interior is easy enough to tidy up. The truck will look good washed up. Yes, it probably should use some tires, but if it's going to be on the farm, who cares? You don't find a running, driving, four-wheel drive, maybe probably a two-owner truck, you know, as far as I know. I know he's had it since 2007, so not quite 20 years. And we've been driving past it every single day, twice a day, seeing it sitting in his carport slash covered area of his garage. So really neat, really thankful he thought about us. Again, we're going to do some little things to make sure it's what it's supposed to be and safe and change the oil and clean it up. But if somebody is looking for just that okay square body, you love seeing our fancy ones, but this okay one might do something for you, here it is. Now that Raymond showed back up, my man has been asking for some updates, and we went a little overboard. Hadn't showed him or told him yet, but he's going to use this truck. He's a dairy farmer, and he wanted this truck very proper, correct, cold AC. We still have changed the wheels out. It's going on some dog dish hubcaps, just like this one here. I've actually got the GMC caps saved for it. The wheels are at the shop. Daniel just has to swap them over. We got the trim done. He doesn't even know that yet, or maybe he does. I think I did text him that the trim's done, but trim is done, and it turned out great. He was really concerned it was going to peel the paint, and it did not. John spent a lot of time doing the trim. If you look in the back, it also got a hideaway gooseneck ball. Look how clean that went with the spray and bed liner. Freaking nice. Like, that looks like 2025. So he's going to love that. And he can turn the ball upside down. It doesn't take away from his usability. We still got to put his wiring in the bed. We had the back of the cab painted. If you guys remember this truck, it had the peely roof. It was blue. Now it's two-tone, matching top and bottom. And again, the trim went great. The trim went amazing, actually. Turned out good. We also, while putting the AC in it, steps. He wanted the basic steps, not the power steps. That turned out great. And, it's still chilly in there. Raymond was kicking that AC. The camera doesn't show the coldness. That was a good thought, though. The dash got replaced while everything was apart. Everything behind there was clean. Junior does a phenomenal job on these installs. AC is working ice cold in this truck. Got a tune-up while it was apart. The old dash cover he can save just in case he wants to put it back on there to keep the sun off, but the dash looks minty nice. And I guess he saved the old dash because it was not in terrible shape. So that's in here, and a bunch of extra parts and pieces that came off the truck. You never know. We save that stuff. If the customer wants it, he can have it. But if we have a blend door or something that we need at some point in time, even on here, just to get you guys, so you can see, here is where the fan motor would have been. We call it the squirrel cage, whatever you want to call it, hamster wheel. Dirt debris falls down in here, and that's where the air comes from. These things get stopped up. A lot of times they got acorns in them. They're just a mess. So the new system does away, puts it in the cab, so you don't worry about that as much. It also blocks off right here. Now, this was a non-AC truck. If it was an AC truck, it would have had a big old AC box right there. But the heater lines, the heater control here, and the AC lines go through. Junior makes all those from scratch so that there's no extra goofy looking stuff. Got the great looking compressor over there. He did have to change a couple pulleys on the motor. Sometimes they go one way, sometimes they go the other. He'll also fill out the tag here with all the install information, so that'll all be done. Just the little touches. It's not rushed at all. It's done the right way. But look at the fitment of that. She's warm. Man, it's becoming a hot day quick. Water pump's already been changed on this truck. Again, you can see where he did the pulley here, so everything lines up nice. Just a little extra attention to detail, but this truck was completely original under the hood. Still got all the stickers. Firewall's clean. Very rust-free truck. 5.7 because of the fact it was a 3/4 ton. I think it's an 84. Is that right, Christian? Yeah, I think this was an 84 truck. So, a little update. I know my man there watches the videos religiously. We've made good progress on this truck. I don't want to speak and say wrong. I don't know if I told him 60 or 90 days, but there was a lot of steps involved on this truck. Also, when the AC's done, everything's put in here, the install date, all the information, the belt number, stuff that will drive you crazy if you ever need it. All right here with all the paperwork. So that's really cool. 85 GMC. But this truck needed a lot of steps to get it where it was. It had to go to the body and paint shop, bed liner shop. Daniel for the hitch in the bed, so Johnny and Brian could do that. Had to go to the exhaust shop. Forgot to get that. Had them even cut the exhaust at a nice clean angle so it looks factory. They spent 2 days doing the exhaust under this truck. This truck has just as much detail in the exhaust as Brown Bear does. We did remove the spare tire so that the exhaust would flow better under the truck. Got the Flowmasters on there. The truck had a little poppy sound to it before because it had a little stubby muffler and had a couple little small exhaust leaks. No more poppy sound, no more goofy hanging off tailpipes, no more bunch of sections welded together. It flows clean, it goes under the truck. It's not obnoxious looking, it just looks nice and factory. And he put a lot of effort in making that work and cutting it like that. He kind of gave me free reign of how to do it and what to do, but knowing this truck was going to be worked, the bigger the exhaust was, the more chance it was of the hangers to break. And again, we've seen so much stuff over the years. We want the customer to give us guidance, but sometimes if they give us free reign, you're going to end up with something a little bit more OE and proper, because this truck, if he gets up against something or he backs up against a stump, if it was a big old tip hanging down or a dump or something, it'd be bent. It might damage the body. So super clean. I don't know if you can get a good view right here, Christian, but you can kind of see how the exhaust runs. And it turned out really, really freaking nice. So another step was the AC. Another step was the tune-up in the fluids. It's still got a couple little finishing touches to be done through the service shop, a couple little things up at the off-road shop, a couple of things with my uncle. He wants some floor mats. We got to put some floor mats in it. No, floor mats are in it. He wanted the big husky mats, and they are in there. So that way he can get in out of there with his boots and dirty feet, and everything is still good. I got to go back over the list, but I think we're coming to the completion, and I don't even think we're at 30 days yet. And I'm pretty sure I told him 60 or 90. So we like to be on the better side of that guesstimate, because it is always a guesstimate of what the plan is going to be. So got a few more to bring you guys. I'm going to clip some stuff in. This fellow's going to roll in, drop his truck off. I'll go over the list of what we're going to do with that one, because it's going to be pretty interesting, the things he wants to do. And then when this one comes back, it's going to be very interesting, the things he wants to do to this one. And Monte, everybody stopped by this morning. What's up with that Monte Carlo? We don't have a Monte Carlo. We have a Monte Truckload. Get it? Car, truck, low, Monte. Maybe? Monte Truckload. Unfortunately, transporter had a struggle coming. Was supposed to be here Saturday by noon when we closed. We're usually here later than noon, but Saturday our posted hours are till noon. He was supposed to be here, was not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. We're still checking in. Mike's still texting. Is he coming? Finally, I get a text. He's going to be tomorrow morning about 6 a.m. I said, well, don't come here. Of course, you guys know Mike lives on site, so we don't want Mike being disturbed at 6 a.m. I said, just bring it to my house. Here's the address. So at 6 a.m., he shows up, goes to unload it. I thought he had a tilt trailer, because when he unloaded it, trailer tilted back, he unloaded it. Well, it turns out he doesn't have a tilt trailer. He did not have a nut on the ball. So when it backed off, it pulled the ball through the receiver. And sitting there was the lock washer. The ball was up here in the receiver into the clevis, clasp. There was no nut to be found. That nut fell off hundreds of miles ago. Talk about unsafe. Could not explain it to him because he couldn't talk English at all. Couldn't speak. So I said, look, leave trailer. Go get a new one. Somebody obviously assembled it, did not put the lock nut on the right side. There's no way impossible that nut jumped onto the top. So the lock nut was supposed to be here. It was here, lock washer. No nut, came off. A good bump could have done that. But thankfully it happened in my driveway. So he got it straight. I helped him hook back up. He got on his way as safe as he could be. But introducing Monte Truckload. A 1972 Monte Carlo that is sitting on a Blazer square body frame. Why would we want this? Well, it's partly a square body, and we like anything that involves a square body, but it's a half-ton, 6-lug set of axles. They even shortened the front bumper This is a square body front bumper that's been shortened with some lights. We're going to check it over a lot closer today, but I drove it yesterday a little bit. I drove it all morning today. And every day I pick something different to drive home. The any level truck, a Jeep with a supercharger, the big solid axle truck, a Thunderbird. I go the same routes. I pass the same people. This whole year together, I've not had as many thumbs up, as many waves, as many go ahead, that's sweet, together as I did get this morning. I go through a construction zone. There's a bunch of Spanish fellas there. Every one of them was tapping and turning the people around to look and point and smile, like as big as they could smile. While I was sitting at the stoplight, then my phone fell on the floor. I'm picking up my phone. A guy pulls up that goes, the stoplight goes this way, stop sign. He's like, roll your window down. I'd not even rolled the window down. I wasn't even a quarter mile from the house. Dude, that's the coolest thing I've seen, man. Go ahead. I was like, yeah, thanks, man. I was like, okay, this is how the day's going to be. Ran through the construction zone, came up to the next stoplight, same thing. Car here, car beside me. He's like, roll your window down. So I reach over, roll the window down on that side. Man, that's amazing. Is it four-wheel drive? I'm like, yeah, it's four-wheel drive. That's a 72. I was like, yeah, it's a 72. And it's clean. Like, it's freaking clean. Next stoplight, horn blowing, thumbs up. Guy coming the other way at me, thumbs up out the window, like he could see it coming down the road. Coming past the truck right down here. He could see me in the mirror coming up. As soon as I came up beside him, he's like, beep, 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 awesome. Fist thumping. Pulled in the parking lot. 2 people pulled in behind me that had to look at it. Can I look at it? Sure. And I'm telling you guys, when I say I drove it, I ran around to all our different little hoarding spots where I keep a lot of 3-wheeler stuff. The trunk is full. The inside is full. I've got tanks, nitrous. The trunk is full of stuff that just came in. Fenders, seats. We'll do a full video, but this is a cool freaking car. And it does drive like it's supposed to. The gas tank works like it's supposed to. I went and stopped and got gas because I wasn't sure. Was at a half. Now it's on full. It fills up in the back, in case you guys don't know. The vinyl top's in good shape. It's got newer style Corvette seats that actually work and adjust like they're supposed to. The wheels have been painted color match. They're 33s. The way it's sitting, you might as well say it's got about 4 inches of lift. I think it'll fit some 35 boggers. I think Daniel's already kind of got some brain spin on that. So we'll see. Dual exhaust, hitch on the back. If we use the hitch, we'll show you how to use it properly and put the ball on the right way. It does have a crack in the windshield, which they told me. This came from another dealership that specializes in mainly hot rods. They told me, you know, had a crack in the windshield, a couple other little things. Everything was the way they described it. Power seat even works. These are either newer like Silverado or maybe they're Corvette seats, van seats, I don't know. Headliner's got a little spot we got to fix. Back seat's fine. All the windows work. The kids love rolling those down and up. Pretty cool. Does not have AC, but it was an AC car, so you could put AC back on it pretty easily. Door panels are in good shape. Doors closed better than a square body. Partly square body, I'm surprised they closed. But a cool car. And I know you guys are going to ask, I'm not keeping this as a content car, but you are going to surely be tired of seeing it because we're going to do some content with it. By the time I ship it, fix the windshield, it needs servicing. I adjusted the carburetor a little bit. It needs a little more. It needs the timing adjusted. I noticed that. I already fixed a piece of the trim. I've kind of gone around and done a couple little things just piddling in my driveway. My uncle will go over it more tomorrow. Then he'll go down to the shop to really go over it. It's probably a $25,000 car. It's not an expensive car. It's a quarter of the price of the stuff that I'm normally driving home and never getting any recognition, even the any level. As big as it is, I guess people are used to seeing stuff like that. This got a year's worth of recognition in one morning so far. And all of it is just, none of it was like, you're dumb or anything. Everybody was like, that's just freaking cool. And this car, in the shape that it's in, I mean, the body's excellent. Would have been a cool car as a two-wheel drive. So a lot of people are like, you ruined a good car. A 72 Monte Carlo is not the most popular thing in the world. Some people love them, but for most people, it's just a regular old big boat car. With four-wheel drive, and the four-wheel drive works, the shifter's in the floor, I pulled it in gear, it does engage, it feels like it engages. Now you got a four-wheel drive big car with a big trunk. If you guys saw how much the keys are on Christian's desk, the trunk is full. The trunk has 4 5-gallon fuel jugs in there, 3 gas tanks for three-wheelers, 2 sets of fenders, 2 seats, a bag of trash. It's got a lot of space. So we're going to have a good time with this car. And again, we're going to put a couple bucks into it. It's not going to be expensive. If somebody's interested in it, yes, I will sell it. Not until I get a little bit of content produced with it, but we'll go cruise around. We'll probably go get lunch with it, just see people's reaction. And it's a good driving car. I said I was driving it, doing my normal thing on the phone, doing whatever I do for the morning, coming to work, and it did fine. So thanks, guys. Quick update. I'll stitch a few more things in here. Hope you guys have a great day. Raymond getting things set up to move some stuff around this morning. We still got to unload these rides. Red truck sold. Guys, video will be a little bit different today. We're going to mix it up into a couple different sections because looks like I'm going to have to do most of it. Everybody is awful busy. But this truck right here, you guys have seen it. It's been available. Customer came in and spoke for it Friday and got it paid for. And kind of a short punch list on this particular truck. We're doing something a little better than that little pea shooter exhaust that it's got now. Getting some fresh exhaust on it. Make it sound a little better. Blower motor, not consistently working properly, so we're going to chase that down, figure out what's going on with that. But it's a really good looking, short bed, square body, fresh paint, fresh motor, fresh transmission, fresh lift kit, fresh wheels and tires. So it has a lot going for it. It is a dual shock truck. We've got a couple things underneath of it to address and take care of. The exhaust being one of the main things. It was just done real hokey and real small and real ugly. I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as it could be, but not great. So we'll clean that up a lot. We're going to angle the tips out. It's going to look a ton better when we're done and give it a lot more sound. This truck already has a really nice aftermarket gauge system. We're going to verify by driving it about 25 miles that everything's working like it's supposed to be. But the gauges all sweep and do their thing, so it does show that they're working right. But we're going to drive it. There's the paperwork for the motor and the trans. But we're going to drive it, make sure that stuff is doing what it's supposed to do. He said something about the wipers being kind of small. We'll check those out. Maybe they are a little short. It's already got a bed cover on it. We're going to do some side steps and a couple other little miscellaneous items. So, like I said, pretty quick punch list on this truck, getting it ready for the new owner. And this is going to be kind of an experimental truck for him as well. You hear us say experiment. He wants to get into square bodies. Doesn't know how deep he wants to get into square bodies, but this is going to put him into one that's at a fair price point. Oh, stereo. Upgrading the stereo for him. Got a pretty good plan for that this morning also already. And he's going to see if he loves it. If he doesn't love it, he's just going to have a nice, inexpensive, beat around the house truck. If he does love it, then he'll probably upgrade to something a little fancier, a little nicer, and do more upgrades, or maybe do more upgrades to this truck. No need abandoning the main project at hand if he does end up loving it. So we're going to get that in motion and get him going. Oh, what else do we have in here? Got this green and white. That truck is scheduled for the 2.0 package. I need to make sure the customer got the email on that. He was having trouble receiving the email from Daniel, but got his quote together for him there. And he's got some other little things, door panels and other stuff he wants to fix while it's here. But the 2.0 package, and it got a little dirty bringing it home in the rain. This truck actually came back with us from Bloomsburg. He took delivery of another truck. He's also going to go for the Blazer here. We need to get it out today and give it its final run around. But cool Blazer. Going to go home and be parked next to a beautiful Cordova brown and tan square body as well. that's going to be a pretty neat pair of those two trucks together. Grimace sitting in here. We need to get Suburban and the red truck unloaded. And currently, as of, I haven't checked with Mike yet. He's been busy this morning, but I believe this truck and this truck are still available. And we had a couple people ask about Bidzilla. We did some fun content with it. We haven't done as much as we wanted to, but could it be for sale? I guess it could, but not really planned on it at this moment. This truck is sold, awaiting to go to the body shop for a final wet sand and buff and a couple other little pinpointy things and change of the tires and wheels. This customer wants to keep it under the truck. He's not a big fan of the hanging out tires and wheels, so we're gonna go with something in a 37, probably a 10 wide, just to make it look a little cooler. That's about it from over on this side this morning, guys. Let you know something shortly when I got some more for you. All right, beautiful Squarebody. Getting ready to go to its new home. Alvin finished it up over the weekend. Turned out really neat. You guys may have seen the full video on this one. If you didn't, you can scroll back to Friday, the experiment. Alvin literally bringing her around, parking it in place this morning. Got his cool old school dog dish hubcaps. Spray and liner. Another one coming back today y'all are gonna be really excited about too. Got one that we just finished up with exhaust, air conditioning, tune-up, a bunch of other maintenance items under the hood, a gooseneck ball, a spray and liner, a headliner, a roof paint. That truck is rolling along really nice too, so you guys are gonna see that shortly. And that one goes off to exhaust. It'll sound a little different when it comes back. And this one you guys are gonna see much more. Oh yeah, I got my protein shake this morning. In the future, he's gonna have a list of what he wants to do to this one when it comes back. I'll show you guys this OBS one more time while we're out here. This overcast sky is amazing this morning. Probably about 80 degrees with a nice breeze. And while we're here, we'll just do a little quick walk too for the tow trucks. Very low. We've got this 2025 that's going out, I believe, today. We've got the heavy duty KW, which that's an equipment style truck. Heavy GVW, so it is over CDL. If you want a lighter duty truck, this here was government owned. We sold it to the government. We outfitted it specifically with this bid through Auto Equipment in Statesville. But there's your 2016 very heavy duty platform truck. Perfect for bobcats and excavators and mini X's and all that good stuff. Not big excavators, of course. Something inexpensive with a in-frame that has been done. That's a very inexpensive little single cab 4300 with an in-frame. And the windows actually work. Both windows on that truck were a problem. We fixed both of those. Another heavy duty but under CDL truck, if I remember correctly, is this one here with only 4,000 original miles. That truck was owned by the construction company that used to be across the street. So we've seen that truck since it was brand new. Little inexpensive Excursion, $99.95, 10 grand. 2 travel vans, and I think we've got one more on the way, if I was told correctly, that we did get that on Friday. It was traded in on a new one. A Jordan 2023 Ram, a 2022 Ford 550 4x4. Multiple of these service body trucks with flat beds. A couple of them are actually dump beds. This little stub nose. This 2019 Ram 5500. Chevy. 2024 Peterbilt with a few thousand miles. Might as well call that one as close to new as you will see with a Jordan. Standard cab. I believe this is going to the local tractor company. I'll know more today, but sitting here, so I guess it's available at this moment. Extended cab in the bright green. 1,000 miles on this 2023 Ram 5500. The crew cab with the Jordan and a 3-car MV carrier. This one actually has a weight scale on board. We're not going to talk about what you may have seen in the background over there. You will see a full video of that one shortly. And Alvin's got a couple utility trucks. Looks like he's getting ready to get in line, and then another rollback. That's the update for this morning. All right, this day has flown by pretty darn fast, but more updates, more Squarebodies, and lots of other trucks. Lots of things have made their way through the progress. The exhaust has been installed on 2 trucks. I'm sure they've knocked out 2 or 3 trucks in the off-road shop lift kit wise. Dave has rolled through several trucks. This truck, as I said, was probably one of the least expensive that I've ever sold and allowed it to become a project, but really nice, patient customer on the other end. As a matter of fact, he was asking about where's he going to mount his license plate, so we're going to have to do something for a license plate. Great question. Matter of fact, it went right there. So probably going to move it down to the bumper for him versus up there. But we have got the interior stripped out. This truck, as you know, a lot of the military trucks had a combination of maroon, tan. They used a hodgepodge of different colors. You can kind of see the seat belts were maroon, but we're gonna go tan with this interior because it's a little lighter. The maroon is very dark. So door panels are going tan, dash is going tan. The floors are completely coming out of it, and all this is gonna be cleaned up and linered. And then the seat's getting recovered in tan. So have a nice fresh seat. He wanted us to go kind of extra padding on the driver's side, and we'll take care of that for him. Really cool. They call these things a Cut V or CUCV. Military square body. Diesel under the hood. And this was a pretty good specimen. I don't remember if the customer even came and looked at this one in person or bought it offline, but we had a thorough video on it, so it wasn't a big deal. We've cleaned underneath of it, stripped all the undercoat, grease, grime underneath, and I think he's going to have us coat the whole undercarriage so it's protected. We're going to put some glow plugs in it because these things are a nightmare to start. So we'll get serviced, this will get inspected, and again the interior will go back, but it's going next for a liner. So it'll get a whole liner, and I guess nothing on the doors, but pretty much all the floor pans, and probably come up around the back section here. He wants to mount a fire extinguisher behind here. We're going to take care of all those things for him. Then we'll mount the shifter cover back in place and do some other further upgrades. But fun project. Again, one of the least expensive trucks I've ever made a project. Alvin's getting ready to vacuum out all the padding, get all the crap out of the way, so when the man does the application on it, it's going to go very smooth. So that's going to be great. And let's go up to the front, and we're going to finish this day out. All right, we got some rental tow trucks moving out. I think actually 2 rentals out today, and I think one of them's going to be long term. But here is the fun. Every now and then you got to mix something fun in every day. And not only fun, but will bring you back in time. This furniture came out of let's call it a diner from the 70s. Hilltop Barbecue. I know a lot of you followers of ours are local. Please tell me, because a lot of the elders that could tell me don't know. And the ones that could definitely tell me are no longer with us. But we know Hilltop was in business in the 70s. Maybe they were in the 60s. They might even go back to the 50s, such as my grandfather's shop. They were in downtown Ettrick. Downtown Ettrick was a very small town. They were next to a service station that we used. It was called Snook's Service Station, or Snook was the owner. Maybe we just called it that. My dad would send stuff there to get tires done and different things that we didn't do in our own shop. And then down the street was the detail shop. I brought you some pictures of one of the businesses that did not get closed due to the road, which was the detail shop from Rock Bates Service Station. Brought y'all a cool video about that a while back. But this is the booth, enough rambling, that my family sat in right here in the 70s and the 80s. Every single day some weeks, from what I've been told. How cool is that? Look how good a shape it's in. I mean, they made stuff real back then. But these would have been booths with a table, and this was a big booth that wrapped around. We had a big family with the table sitting in the middle of it. So the place that I sat when I was a kid, from the time I was born till the time I was probably, I think that place got demolished. Before I could drive, Ettrick changed, and the overpass came in. The county took over the land. They demolished those buildings. We still have the original sign, Hilltop Barbecue, which will hang proudly with this interior items for the future, probably in the podcast area. So I want to give a thanks to those that preserved this. I know the Clements family was the last ones to have it. I don't know who had it before or if they've had it ever since, but I am so thrilled to have it, be able to preserve it indoors, climate controlled, so it should live the rest of its life, hopefully for more generations. They won't sit here and eat dinner, but we're going to sit around this and have meetings, and we're going to sit around this and we're going to have talks, and we're going to sit around this and have podcasts. I don't know how many people have a family that's able to do that. My great-grandfather sat at this booth, my grandfather, my father, myself, and now my children will sit at it. Five generations? Crazy. So, stupid in some cases, super, super cool to us. You see the 10 doors out, the red Chevy's out, getting that finished up. Customers should get that this week. My man Lyle's coming in to pick up his crew cab and drop off Experiment 1.0. And got a little cheap Squarebody on the website today. The flag is flying. Things are looking good. It's been a great day. Stereo's been taken care of at the stereo shop. Exhaust, off-road, every avenue, the window tint shop. Everybody's been rolling, been knocking these projects out step by step. Currently a lot of them in motion. Some more parts have arrived. This is for a custom rollback build that we're doing with some extra boxes. Those, been waiting on those for a while. They're here. And some of the bathroom project got taken care of. So it's been a great day. Tomorrow's gonna be even a better one. Thanks guys. Be back at you tomorrow.